All right, so we're going to start in a chest opener. And this can be done in a couple of different ways with props. So you could either, if you've got two blocks, you can do it that way. You can do it where you put the block that's closer to you low and wide. Then there's a gap, there's a little space, and then you put the block that's further away from you one notch higher. You could also just use a bolster or roll up a blanket, right? So see what you've got, see what you have available to you. And then we slow down, right? So you come down to the floor, you turn your back to the prop, and then you touch the prop. So don't lie down first, right? You want to take your hands back to that prop, feel for where it is, scoot your hips a little forward, and then lay down. So finally. And you let your arms rest out and open, having your feet on the floor, feet wide, knees rest in towards each other. Starting to really melt, really soften all around your head, your face, your eyes, your jaw, your mouth, your tongue. Really, really softening. Gently stretching your breath out, gently lengthening your breathing so it pours into your belly. Breathing and feeling the belly expand and inflate. And then letting that go, feeling that whole abdominal space, really feel it release. You just want to feel gentle receptivity in the abdomen here. You want to feel that your abdominal space is not only able to fill or not only able to squeeze. You want to feel that it has like an elasticity to it, that it can go back and forth. The arms get heavy, let the shoulders release. Maybe you soften your tongue. And you want to let that shift in. Let the shift into grounding down and slowing down. Let that in. Do one more belly breath, a little bit of concentration into that space. One more belly breath in and out. And then begin to let your bent knees sway side to side. And from there, begin to roll to either side, melting off of your prop. So relax through your neck and head as you roll to your side. And then start to press on up from there. Now we're going to press up. We're just going to come up enough to take the prop out of the way. So move that mindfully, move that with care for your body. And then come all the way back down onto your back. So you feel the difference just laying on the ground. Once you come down onto your back, plant your feet in preparation for bridge pose. Feel your feet on the earth. Bring your arms down alongside your hips. And let's do a few bridge rolls here to interconnect the spine. So we're going to raise the hips and lift the arms up and back alongside the ears. Raise the hips and lift the arms up and back and just breathe and feel the feet planting. Breathe and breathe out. Take a nice deep breath in and then roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time. You leave your arms where they are. You want to nice and slowly, instead of plopping your back down, you're going to set each vertebrae down one at a time, nice and slow. Once your back lands to the floor, take a deep breath in and let the breath go. And we're going to push the feet down a little bit into the ground. Roll the spine up, up, up into bridge and breathe. Adjust your arms and shoulders. Leaving your arms where they are, one vertebrae at a time. Slowly set your spine back down. And breathe. Make those adjustments, your feet, your body, just realigning, and then put the feet in one more time. We'll lift the hips up and breathe and bridge. And then roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time, bit by bit. All the way down. Once your spine comes down, you can lower your arms and hug your right knee up and in. Send your left leg forward, out, and down along the floor. Some of you might continue to hug that right knee in just like this as you soften your shoulders. It's also an option to take your extended left leg and let it slide a little bit open, just a little bit out to the side. Breathing and softening. Some of you might walk your hands down to your right foot, and as you leave your knee bent, you face the sole of your right foot to the ceiling, like half happy baby's pose. Consciously melting what is available to melt as you breathe. And then knowing or being reminded, which I love this reminder, that the body and the brain, the body and the thoughts, the emotions are deeply and intrinsically connected. So also consciously and skillfully melting the tension in the brain, in the mind, in the thoughts. Meditating on things flowing, easy. The sole of your right foot's facing the ceiling. Let's gently bring it back down, hug the knee in. Bring your left leg back in. And release your right foot down to the floor. You can gently switch your legs out, sending your right leg forward, out, and down. Bringing your left knee up and into hug it. Taking a deep breath in and melting around your shoulders and your elbows, your jaw and your tongue. You might stay as you are. You might slide your extended right leg out and open a bit. Allowing that force of gravity to really go through your body. You might stay like that, or you might crawl your hands towards your left foot as it faces the ceiling. Knee is still bent into half happy baby variation, half stirrup variation. Melting what is available to melt. Slowly, gently releasing all the way down and all the way out, sending the legs all the way out. You can widen them, you can open the arms, and you can sprawl. Let some things release slowly in your body. So notice here in this moment how your mind can really have a tendency to anticipate and want to jump to the next thing. Breathe deeply in. Exhale right here. Feel the soles of the feet, the toes, the whole body. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Take your time. Roll to either side. Gently and slowly press yourself on up. Maybe you sit on the floor. Maybe you sit up on a bolster. You might have a chair in front of you. We're going to do the things that you need to do as we find cobbler's pose. So try to sit on the ground. Try to sit maybe on a blanket or on a bolster. Even if you sit with your back against the wall, which a decent number of my students will do, and that's really helpful. That's one of the greatest props for them, is just sitting totally supported by the wall. So we find cobbler's pose. You prop up your knees or hips if you want to or need to. And we're not immediately trying to speed and jump up out of the pose. So we're really trying to drop into it. So we want to drop down into the hips, into the sitting bones. And sometimes we're dropping into what we don't want to feel, but that helps us to release the deeper tension for sure. You can let your forehead release. You can let your neck release and let gravity take you. So don't push, don't pull. Breathe, lean. And just start to become open to those spaces of tension that we might not want to necessarily address. You don't have to go all the way into the room, but just start to kind of walk up to the door there and breathe. This is where our stubbornness is in our body, our little spaces of maybe resisting and defying, clenching. You just want to let it flow. Even just see here if you can feel when you breathe, you can feel the inhale, and then when you exhale, just see how you feel that whole body exhale. You don't have to try to get further or deeper than wherever it's breathable. Your time, slowly relaxing and releasing through your neck and head. Slowly roll up through your spine. Bring your hands back and behind you. Let the feet come to the ground as the knees come up. Feel free to sway your legs side to side or just be here. Start to sit upright again. And this next pose can seem like not much of anything. That's what we do in our minds sometimes. We're going to leave the knees bent. We're going to leave the feet wide. Maybe you're up against a wall with the back supported, and that's your pose with your head releasing. And for some of you, your knees are bent, your feet are wide. You bring your arms around your legs and you gently tilt forward. So on purpose, you're going to feel a little bit restricted. See what helps the soles of your feet really just stay connected to the ground. It might be taking your feet wider, maybe your toes turn a little out. You want to feel this out in your body. Some of you may end up bringing your arms or your hands down to the inside of your legs. Who knows as we're doing it? Sometimes you might go to a place that you categorize as far or deep, and then sometimes your body will give you a cue to go to a different place. Just that web of connective tissue, it only it knows the path of unwinding. We in our minds are categorizing what's far and what's shallow. But pan out, pan back, and just follow that path of unwinding. Breathing and softening. Having some very real moments with yourself where you might notice that you're in a good place. You might notice you've been kind of stubbornly sitting in a struggle place for about 90 seconds or so. Coming back to the breath. Raise it slowly. Roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your hands gently behind you a little bit. Maybe you keep yourself a little bit more still, or you let your legs sway a little side to side, just a little back and forth. Coming back to center, scooting forward on your mat as you're going to come to recline with some props nearby as needed or wanted. And picking up that right foot, we're going to cross the right ankle over top of the left thigh into that figure four reclined pigeon shape. Where this might be where you stay. Just like this. For some of you, you could take a block or a prop and you could put it under your left foot just so it gives you a little stretch. or maybe a big stretch. Who knows? All of our bodies are connective tissue, so different. So, one way to do this is that you just put some height under your left foot, and that helps your back to release really nicely. You adjust your shoulders. And some of you might instead lift the shape of your legs up a little more, reach your right arm through that space and take hold of your thigh or your shin bone, softening your shoulders. We are trying a little bit here. One thing that's happening in yin is we're trying to, we make a little shift from things being so black or white, so all or nothing, so contrasted. Like either I can totally do the pose or I can't do the pose at all. We're trying to find that approachable space, that in between space. Just right up to the door of sensation. Breathing all the way in, breathing all the way out. Let the shoulders soften. Slowly, slowly releasing. You can bring the sole of the left foot to the floor. You could be still, or you could sprawl. Know that the pose isn't over. There's a lot of flow that happens here. Let's breathe. Begin to hug that right knee. So same leg, hug that right knee up and in. Send your left leg out along the floor again. Let your right arm open out real wide and gently begin to let your right thigh cross over your body in the amount into a turn. So you might prop yourself up here. Some of you might find that you actually want to kind of lengthen and extend through your right leg. Of course, your leg doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Just kind of find that path of unwinding in the connective tissue. Your head can roll to either direction. And just make sure your right arm, the back of your hand, or your palm is touching the floor. You don't want it floating in space. Do just make sure that arm has a grounding to it as you're coming into this turn. It's okay for the body to shift and change as it's finding that path of unwinding. Nice and easy. Take your time. Slowly start to come back, slowly start to come out. Sprawling out again. Bend both knees and take that right leg and cross it totally over your left thigh. Let your arms open. Take a nice deep breath in, and when you exhale, you're just going to let your crossed legs, so they're going to twist it up here. You're just going to let them fall over to the left. And you're just going to make sure that the back of the right hand or the palm of the right hand is staying connected to the floor. So you might prop your legs up, that's okay. Letting your head turn in either direction, asking it where it would like to turn. See what is willing to melt, what's willing to soften as you scan down through your body. What's willing to change. Breathing in and out, and slowly, tenderly, with care, unwinding and coming out with care. Sprawling out, even feeling free to place your hands on your belly to do some deep belly breaths. Feel free to stretch your body out if you'd like. A nice inhale. And then exhaling, bringing your arms down, bending your knees, feet to the floor. We're going to lift up the left leg, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, where you might find your pose here. You might find it by putting a block under your right foot or drawing your legs up towards you, reaching your left hand through and making a latch with your hands and arms. Still doing some belly breaths, softening your shoulders. And feeling free to just play with approaching, when you feel that sensation, when you're right at that door of sensation, maybe mentally playing with the approach of inside, you might say, I'm open to changing, I'm willing to change. Nice and slowly releasing your legs, the form, the shape, and letting that left leg eventually lengthen out as it becomes receptive. Sprawling out. Hugging the left knee up and in, letting your left arm open out nice and wide. And maybe prop this up. Who knows? As we're getting there, we'll find out as we take the left leg across the body and we leave the back or the palm of the left hand on the floor. So sometimes that knee stays bent, sometimes your left leg kind of stretches and lengthens. It can move up, it can move down. Let the unwinding of that mysterious fascia happen. Ask your neck where it would like to turn to. Experiencing the wide range of sensations here. Slowly starting to come on back, sprawling out maybe. Noticing the mind, just like it's a muscle. Bending the knees, both feet to the floor, crossing the left thigh all the way over top of the right. Arms are nice and open. Breathing in, and when you breathe out, just letting the crossed legs fall with gravity over to the right as you might fill some gaps up with props. Back or palm of left hand stays heavy to the earth. Release the tension of avoiding the sensation. Soften into it, soften towards it. Visit your mind space, locating any deep tension and let that tension breathe. Softly, subtly seeing if you can notice a bit of a pulse moving through your body. Wildly enough, it's been discovered that there's a heartbeat to the planet through surges that run through photosynthesis. The whole planet has a very similar heartbeat, just like we do. Ask your body how I'd like to return. I'd like to come back. Follow the wisdom of that. Let your knees bend. Find your block. Lift your hips. Put the block under your sacrum. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears. Maybe you stay like this. It is an option to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open into a elevated cobbler's pose. Doing belly breathing. We're bringing the soles of the feet back to the floor. Letting your hips lift, taking the block out. And then tuning in, just tuning in. What does your body want to do? What does it need before setting up into Savasana? So, would you like to move around a little? Would you like to sprawl out, support your legs? It's also an option if you're experiencing back tension. One of the options is to take, maybe your bolster is to put something on your belly, like, or over your hips, like a weight. So however you set up, say you like sprawl out, or say you put your legs on a chair, then put something on the front of your body. And feel free to kind of play around with its placement so you'll know when it feels good. BKS Iyengar does this. He would do this. You say you have some back stuff, and if you get not too heavy, you don't. More isn't always better, but you could put like a weight plate very gently on the front of your body, or sandbag. And then start from your head. So let your eyes go and start to really get into that whole space around your eyebrows and your forehead. And with every breath, let that space exhale a little bit more, a little bit more. Bring your thumb and pointer fingers together, and as you relax around your whole head space, just very gently rub your thumb and pointer fingers together as you relax your head. Let go around your jaw and your tongue and your nose, the back of your head, the brain stem, the base of the tongue, the upper lip, the inner corner of the eyes, the ears. Just slowly, slowly, slowly down through the whole body, nice and easy. Your neck, your upper back, your arms, and the whole spine, all the way down, all the way down through your legs, your feet, your heels, the tops of your feet, the soles of the feet, the big toes, the second toes, third, fourth, pinky toes. It's the whole body, breathing and softening. Just keep dropping in and keep releasing. Thank you for practicing.